Welcome to the HTML5 Beginners course, Lesson 1, Introduction. In this lesson, we'll answer the question, what is HTML? Take a look at front-end web development technologies and where HTML fits into the picture, and talk about code editors and download and set up a development environment with Visual Studio Code, and cover where to get the completed course files. So what is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. And HTML is one of the basic building blocks of web development. It defines the structure and the content of our web page and basically tells the browser what information to display. And it's important to know that HTML is a markup language, not a programming language, meaning it just displays content. It doesn't have any logic or interactivity, communicate with the backend, or dynamically update the web page. So, front-end web development, where does HTML fit in? Well, we've already said that it describes the structure and gives the page its visual content. The two other building blocks are CSS, which styles the page, and JavaScript, which gives the web page its interactivity and dynamically updates the content. In this tutorial, we'll solely be focused on HTML and displaying our content. So, what we create won't necessarily be pretty, and it definitely won't be interactive. You'll learn those features and how to build them when you move on and learn CSS and JavaScript. So, to get started, we need a code editor. And Visual Studio Code by Microsoft is the one I recommend. It's open source, free, and very user-friendly for beginners. You can download it at code.visualstudio.com. And once we get it set up on our machine, we'll install an extension called Live Server, which allows us to open our code in the browser directly from our code files. So, go to code.visualstudio.com and download the version that's right for your machine. There's versions for Mac, Windows, and Linux. Once you've downloaded it, follow the installer instructions and open the application on your machine. Now that we've installed Visual Studio Code on our machine and opened the application, we need to first install a Live Server extension that will allow us to easily view the code we've written in our browser directly from our files. To do so, click on the cog in the lower left-hand corner of the application and go up to Extensions. A search box will appear, and there type Live Server and click Install, and you can close this, and Live Server will have been installed on your machine. Now I'd like to show you where you can find all the completed course files for this tutorial. It's on my GitHub repo, and it's Chris on Code HTML5 for beginners. And to easily be able to navigate here, I'll be leaving a link in the description for each lesson. On the repo, you'll find that each lesson has a branch that corresponds to that lesson's code. Now, to get the starter files and have all the assets available to you and images we'll use in this tutorial, you can click on the green code and you can copy the link here for the repo. To bring the files into your course files, you'll click on the Git icon and you'll go to Clone Repository. Up here in the top, type in the link, paste it there that we just copied, and set the directory we want to put it into, and then open the file. In our next lesson, we'll cover the HTML document and start learning how to write HTML code. See you then.